dear friends, welcome. We are actually today starting a new program on YouTube about astronomy. Actually, it is meant for the English medium students in Kerala and outside. Because you may be knowing that one of our Malayalam program is running now. 43rd part is actually now on the air. So, somewhere from outside Kerala state, some of the people have been asking us, why can't you prepare a program for the benefit of the English medium students about the astronomy? Considering that request, we have thought about it and finally I decided to prepare one program. One lesson each in every fortnight. Those lessons will be included history of astronomy, observational part of the astronomy, sky watching technique, tools used in astronomy like telescope, refractive telescope, reflective type telescope, and space telescope, and about the space also. Not only that, we know that there is a increased enthusiasm about the space age nowadays all over the world. The recent happenings in India, you may be knowing, this coming 23rd of August, our Chandrayaan 3 will be landing on the moon, soft landing on the moon. So, considering all these matters, we have decided that we have to give realistic lesson about the astronomy to the English medium students also. Our previous program in Malayalam, some of you might have seen, that is called Manathe Kuru Kilivadil in Rhythm Vision. So, apart from that, we want to give the same program, but with a slight modification to the English medium students also. Because everybody now knows that most of the middle class families, they are putting their students or putting their children to the English medium schools. What is the reason behind that? Everybody knows it. So, we thought that why can't we give the correct lessons of astronomy to those students also? That is the reason behind this program, and we expect you come along with us and we will undertake a journey through the universe to know about the secret of the universe. So, lot of things are to be learned. Be prepared for that. Thank you. Dear friends, we are starting our first lesson of this program. From time immemorial, humans have started observing the sky. The art of observation has been at the heart of the quest over this vast expansion of human history. Those remote cave dwellers can have no idea what universe is like. It was natural to them to believe that the earth is flat and the dome overhead is revolving. Revolving dome carried sun, moon, stars and some other wandering objects. Continuous and painstaking observation, they noted that the movement of dome overhead is regular and repeating. Sun gave them feeling of time during day. Moon appearing and vanishing in the night led them to count the period as 1 month. They found sun's movements brings changes in weather. Babylonians were the earliest scientific sky watchers, and they kept records of their observation of sky regularly. Thus, the science of astronomy was born. This map is of modern Iraq. You can see two rivers here shown. One is called Tigris, like this. Another is called Euphrates. Both are joins to the sea afterwards. The valley between two rivers called Mesopotamia, ruled by several varying factions like Sumerians, Akkadians, Assyrians, Chaldeans and Medes for a long time. Valley had abundant clay from riverbed as building material. They used this clay made into tablets and marked with the data of observation of sky and other knowledge and kept in famous library of Middle East during 1000 BC. During AD 1870, numerous clay tablets from Babylonian or Mesopotamian archaeological sites found their way to antique dealers of Baghdad. Tablets have been found in the ruins of ancient Assyrian city of Nineveh, part of royal archive from most famous library in the Near East. The library was built by a king called Assurbanipal, who reigned during 8th century BC. This historical treasure was completely destroyed when a combined forces of Medes and Chaldeans attacked Nineveh in 612 BC, burning the library completely, robbing the future generations its royal archive. One set of 70 clay tablets from Nineveh revealed a vast program of astronomical observation that had been carried out in the 2nd millennium BC during the Babylonian period. Almost all the tablets were depicted with interpretation of solar and lunar eclipses, conjunction of planets and comets, which they considered as bad omen from heaven above. These tablets, dating back 1000 BC, might have prepared by an ancient scientific community which could be linked with modern astronomy. This knowledge, accumulated over centuries, eventually used by Greek astronomers like Hipparchus. Here in this presentation, you can see two tablets. One is at the left side, it's a brownish color. The another is at the right side is a coffee color. The left side tablets is actually depicted with the result of observation of Venus. They have carried out several years together, and that tablet is called Ammisaduka. So an example I am giving you. The second one is the data they have collected from the observation of the naked eye stars, which they can see in the dome above. That tablet is called Mul Appin. There are another two tablets here shown here. These were the several thousands of tablets they have found out from the burned clay tablets in the Nineveh city. Now they are kept in the British Museum, and those history of the observations and the first starting of astronomical observations now we had from these tablets only. Now question is, why the observation was carried out by our ancient people? Answer will be the dire need of life to observe the sky. Regularity of movements of heavenly bodies like sun, moon and stars and planets led them to think about using sky for fulfilling their important specific needs. Now we will see what are those specific needs. First need was, because the people around the Middle East, they were actually the people, those who are living in the deserts. Vast expansion of sand. So they cannot travel during that time through these deserts. So they are the commercial people. They have to travel countries together. For that they have to find out what is the direction, to which direction they have to go. The first requirement was to finding the location and direction in the earth. And the second was making a calendar to measure the time. Third was finding time for religious rituals during night. And fourth and last was age of a person or institution. After any time, when a person was born or an institution was built. These are the specific needs, actually the observational requirements. Here you can see a photograph of Northern Pole. In this photograph, anybody can take such a photograph. Only requirement is one camera and a tripod. We now know that our earth is rotating from west to east within 24 hours once. So if you are putting a tripod in the earth, along the earth, tripod also will rotate. At the same time, sky will not rotate. So what will happen? You will see naked stars in the sky is trailing. But in particular, in the northern sky, among the trailing stars, you can see one star, single star, which is standing still. That they have called pole star or Polaris. That is the starting of finding one's direction, how to travel during night time. They have taken help from the stars, naked eye stars. So that was the main reason. So let us see how the balance of work, how they have done. You can see here the earth axis is there. This is the earth axis. Actually, earth is rotating from west to east about this axis. So while rotating, if one stand on the earth, they can see the Polaris is actually, axis is indicating the Polaris. From the animation, you can very well understand it. So that is the starting. And then afterwards what they have done. Here in this picture, you can see the earth as well as the dome above the earth. This is the dome above earth. Anybody who stands on the earth, they will be looking at the dome, which is full of stars. One can see several stars in the dome with the naked eye. The same sight have we shown in the last presentation. Here you can see the single pole star. It's called Polaris or pole star. Now what I told there, while rotating these naked eye stars from east to west, stars will be, we can see the stars trailing like this around this pole star. Let us see how. See how these stars are just rotating. Why we feel that it is rotating? Let us see. You know, within 24 hours only, Earth is actually rotating from west to east once. It takes 24 hours. Babylonians have found the entire globe is just like a circle. That circle has 360 degrees. That means what we see on the globe on the earth, this portion will be 180 degree. And the balance of 180 degree will be the earth. That means the half portion of the globe, dome about the globe is under the earth. For west to east, this earth is rotating, and from on the top of the dome, you can see from the stars are just moving around like this. That means the stars are trailing. The trailing light are seen in the last presentation. So this is the way they have inquired how to find out the position on the earth or the direction on the earth globe. So they have first indication was this pole star which is standing still. So you cannot see the pole star from everywhere on the earth. You will not see it here. Yes, just look at it. From here you can see pole star. So what they have done? They have found out a way for that. They have grouped these stars together. They are called constellations or asterisms. And for memorizing it, they have given some imaginary names. How? Let us see it. Grouping of stars like this and giving them imaginary names like this. The objects are different type. Birds, animals, people, every type of imaginary shapes were given to the star groups, and that is called the constellations. Why they have made the constellations? There is a specific reason for that. So if you are taking any of these constellations, from that you can just point the pole star. Finding the pole star is easy, making the constellations. So that is the reason. The entire globe was there divided into totally 88 constellations now. Previously, every civilization has made constellations. Those constellations afterwards, during 20th century, International Astronomy Union, for standardizing it, made into 88 numbers. That is a constellation. The balance of things about the constellation, all will be taught you each and every episodes, coming episodes. Then you will clearly understand how to look at the sky or how to watch the sky in the night. We have described the first requirement, how to find the direction from earth for traveling through deserts. That was the number one requirement. The second comes making a calendar. You know, thousands of years back, those days, there is no way how to find the time or year. There was no number for years, no name for months or weeks. It was all a recent origin. First calendar came to exist about 3,000 or 4,000 years ago only. One Syrian king was there. His name Nabopolassar felt the necessity of a calendar and entrusted that job to the temple priests. They, in turn, keenly observing the sky, found that the period between two rising of brightest star, Sirius, in the sky, Egyptians called the Sothis, is 365.25 days. That means between two rising of the star Sirius, the gap is 365.25 days. It was a convenient period. They considered this time gap 365.25 days as 1 year. Then dividing this period of 1 year for convenience into 12 months, or those days it was called Moonath. Why? Moon making a rotation around the earth, that period is called Moonath. So the entire 1 year was divided into 12. That is nearly 29 days. But if you calculate the 29 days into 12, it will be only 354 days. There is an anomaly of 11 days for 1 year. So what they have done? They have to compensate this anomaly. 1 more month was added afterwards. Thus the calendar has came into being. That calendar, in every civilization, they have prepared afterwards the different calendars for different countries. In India also there are several calendars. Now entire world they use certain calendars. Like that, calendars were very important for the civil life. So that was the second requirement they found out by watching the sky. Third, they was in Egypt. There is a river called Nile. Every year it used to flood. After flooding, that flood was receded slowly. But the river bank was deposited with alluvial soil. So, they want to find out what is the actual timing of this flooding. So, they found continuous observation that star Sirius itself, when it is rising with the sun in the eastern sky, gave a reliable clue to the annual flooding of river Nile in Egypt. Thriving agricultural activities was in the alluvial soil brought by the floods. Entire economy of Egypt was dependent on this agriculture. Also was, of course, the pyramids in which dead bodies of pharaohs were kept as astronomically aligned with the Polaris in the sky. Thus, astronomy became one of the most important tools for common man's life. So that was the third requirement. First was finding the direction, and the second was making a calendar, and the third was the finding the time for agriculture. And the last one, the third and the fourth one was finding time during the night. Finding time with the help of stars is another need of ancestors for performing the religious rituals at correct time. Because of sun's solstitical movement, time interval was not regular. Hence they used night sky. Every evening stars rises in the east and takes 12 hours to reset at west. For this 180-degree journey, that means after rising the star from here to setting at west, it is 180 degrees. The journey through sky, a star takes 12 hours. Means a star takes 4 minutes to travel 1 degree in the sky. Within 1 hour, a star will take time rise to 15 degrees of sky. If you know the measure of the height in the degrees, calculation of time during night at any time is easy. How? Let us see it. For finding the height of the star during the night, they must know how degrees measured in the sky. They found out a way for that. That is, using their own hand. One single index finger that represents 1 degree in the sky. 3 fingers represent 5 degrees in the sky. And knuckle will show you 10 degree. These two, the gap between 2 fingers is 15 degree. And then complete hand stands for 25 degree. Like they measured the angular distance of the sky very easily. Measuring the height or angular distance of a star in the sky was easily done using one's own hand. Index finger is 1 degree in sky. Sun or moon, largest objects in the sky, can be covered with your index finger. Both are little more than half a degree for naked eye. Fingers were used because no measuring instruments were available at that time. These are the 3 main requirements of our ancestors to begin with the observation of the sky. In the next lesson, we will be telling you how they have found out one's age with the help of the sky. It was a revolutionary invention by our ancestors. You cannot think of it now. Such was the invention. Now, let us see in the next part of the lesson. You have to watch this, and then any doubt arises in your mind, you don't hesitate to ask the questions, putting it in the comment box. Thank you.